You said you're an EMT. You're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency. And they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Look.
They in there getting toe up. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and get you one of these Don 2.0 shirts. And I said I was going to get rid of the discount, but man, I really, like I always say, man, it's not really about the money for me, but I think a lot of people want this shirt, and 30% off makes it affordable for every single person. So go to the store. The link is in the description section. Get you one of these Trump shirts or any one of our other shirts. I'll continue the discount of third day. Just put in third day, spell it out. Third day, and you'll get 30% off the entire store. I'm going to run that special just for a little bit longer, just so everybody that want one of these shirts can get one and don't have to worry about too much of the expense. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to make a disclaimer. I'm not really a big fan of Matt Walsh. Me and him kind of got into it. When it came to Uvalde, I thought that the message that he sent me on the IG was the weakest thing I ever heard in my life, and I actually kind of got upset about it. However, real recognize real. No one on planet Earth, whether you like him or not, can disagree with the fact that Matt Walsh is probably one of the more effective, efficient people in dealing with the subject of what is a woman. Literally had a documentary called What is a Woman? But Matt Walsh literally destroys these people in this Q&A without even getting upset, not raising his voice, not calling names, and I have never seen anybody do it better. I'm just going to keep it 100. No matter what I feel about Matt Walsh, when it came to Uvalde and some other stuff and the way he was all catty in the Twitter, I'm going to leave that alone. People should be studying this to see how to respond to these people who are dealing with mental crisis, but they don't want to admit. Here is the first and probably the best shutdown that I've ever seen in my life. Literally, the person could not speak. I think she froze when he actually asked her this question and she had no response. Roll the clip.
You're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency. And they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Come on, cuz.
Look. No, but that's because some people don't have body parts.
Be right so bad. Them mother say anything. Some people don't have body parts. What are you even talking about, bruh? Okay.
Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay. Sounds like we've established there are some people who, in principle, can get pregnant, and there are some people who can't. So there's two categories, otherwise known as binary.
Lots of women can't get pregnant either.
Yeah, but they're still of the nature to get pregnant.
Now, you can go watch. I'm going to put a link to these clips because this is an entire segment, about 6 minutes. But I want to show you this other one because this one is even worse than this one. And I'm going to play a lot more of this second clip because this person tried to be a lot more combative with Matt Walsh, and I think it just got worse and worse. So this is a longer clip, and we're going to watch almost the entire clip because it is the gift that keeps giving. If you ever want to know how to respond to these people, these are the clinics of how to respond to transgenderism. Roll the clip.
Hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a 6-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible. And I think I'm pretty cool.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man.
Oh, man. It's finna get bad.
They
Why
see
do-
me as a woman.
why-
So the question,
Come on, Matt.
how can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
Okay. It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that you brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, that's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, is something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you're standing here, and so you've brought your identity on the table for discussion. So how do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago.
All right, let's move on because there's more.
All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else.
A woman, though, and it's interesting you're telling me that you listen to the experiences of other transgender people.
Well, yeah.
But what about women?
So
Because trans women are women, you would say, right?
I would say that, yes.
Exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, well then why do
Well-
you need to hear the testimony of quote unquote trans women? Like how you pick any actual woman in this room?
Actual.
In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
Here we go.
I know because they tell me. So here was the
You need them to tell you what you are?
women. Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around
And
me.
if most
it's
women-
incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
If who?
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman anymore, would you then relent and say I'm not a woman?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am. I'm going to trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
For context, I know you like to say, everybody's rah-rahing and supporting transgender people, and yet they're still killing themselves, etc. But I'm standing here in a room full of people applauding you and asking questions like, how can I put out legislation here in New Mexico, you know, my home state I grew up in, to try to reverse transgenderism? I'm not safe. And it
How are you
wasn't...
not safe? You just said you're standing in a room with people who disagree with you and you're perfectly fine. So how are you not safe? Okay, look, we're going round and round. You don't want to answer any of the questions. Maybe we'll end with this because we're
And this is my favorite part.
talking about womanhood. So people can probably shout out the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
So gender is a social thing. It only
I don't
makes
want to hear
sense.
that. What is a
social-
woman? What
No.
is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman, define in the dictionary. Go.
A woman is somebody who is included and respected and seen and participates in society, recognized by other women. If you speak with women,
Circular definition.
that's mine. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Good.
I know that was kind of long, but I just thought it had a lot of value in listening to the full explanations. Some of the things that Matt Walsh said, it's very weird because it's like, why can't these people just enjoy their lives and do their own thing? Why they have to force society to accept what they're doing? I just don't understand. You know, a person say, I'm a trans woman. It's like, well, why do you need to put trans on it if you're no different than a regular woman? Why do you need to put cis? Why do you need to put trans on it? Why could you just say, I'm a woman? It's because they understand that there's a lot of barriers, right? You're not going to be able to go to an OBGYN because you don't have a vagina. You're not going to have a period every month because you don't have a vagina. You don't have eggs. You're not going to be able to get pregnant. You know, there's things that women do that trans people aren't going to be able to do because they're not actual women. They're an impersonation of a woman, which is fine. You want to impersonate a woman, you want to feel like a woman, you want to imitate a woman, that's fine. Just be honest about your affairs, and I think people will accept it. But when you go on and say, no, I'm no different than the woman next to me. Oh, really? Just like the one at the beginning of the video. You say, hey, if a person having a medical emergency and they say, oh, my stomach is hurting, it's because I had a miscarriage. And you're like, well, it's impossible for you to have a miscarriage, because you are not a woman. So you don't even have the products in order to get pregnant to end up having a miscarriage. You know, I just think that people went too far. Because if you want to be trans or whatever, that's totally fine. You be what you can be. You can be all you can be in the Army Reserve, okay? But at the end of the day, it's like you are not that actual gender. You're not that actual sex, okay? I really, you know, the gender thing is kind of interesting because there's really no such thing as gender. It's really your sex. You either male or female. Gender is normally associated with language, a gendered pronoun or gendered, whatever. And so it could be a male gendered or feminine or masculine or whatever they call it. But that's normally associated with word usage and language. It's only two sexes. It's male and female. That's it. And there's males who want to impersonate a female, and pretty much that's the long and short of it. But anyway, shout out to Matt Walsh for making this video, or at least keeping the content going and challenging these people on their topics without getting radical, upset, and crazy, where he looked like a complete lunatic. But anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, I put out 3 videos a day, so make sure you go to the playlist that says new video and watch more videos. Subscribe to this channel. Let's go, baby.